Hi there, happy Tuesday. I am so glad you are here. Welcome back to another episode of Treasured Wellness. I'm your host, Michelle, and if you are new, I am super excited that you are here. And today we are going to be talking about something really, really important, especially if you are struggling with brain fog and some fatigue. Maybe you are struggling with that mental clarity, your energy. These are some things that will help all of those struggles that you might be going through. So I will be talking about the top 3 things that every woman over 40 needs to do every single day for energy, mental clarity, hormone balancing, and just really help with that brain fog and the fatigue. And you might not be doing this. So you might want to grab a notebook, grab a pen, grab your glass of lemon water, hint, hint, and we will get started. And also, if you are really struggling with brain fog and fatigue, I do have that free resource on my website. It's my Foggy and Fatigue Blueprint. So don't forget to go over there and grab it, or maybe pause this right now and go over and grab that blueprint, because it will give you 3 days of intentional action that you can continue doing again and again until it becomes a healthy habit, right? And it's going to give you some recipes that are delicious, but also just really give you that fuel that you need. And I know that you will love this blueprint. So go ahead and go over to treasurewellness.com and grab that blueprint. I will also have the link in the show notes as well. Alrighty, let's get started. Are you a Christian midlifer who has been searching for answers on how to just feel better? Are you experiencing mental and physical fatigue, ongoing pain, and trouble sleeping? Or lately, have you been Googling brain fog and weight gain? Boy, do I understand all of that. Listen, friend, I want you to know that there is freedom in your whole health, and it's not worldly freedom either. In this podcast, there is biblical freedom for you through holistic health solutions and godly support, which will then transform your mind, body, soul, and spirit and help you find this freedom at midlife. Hi, I'm Michelle McCoy, and as a holistic and functional health coach, I have realized the answer is in partnering your faith with holistic solutions and a heck of a lot of discipline, intentionality, and commitment to changing your life at midlife. So are you ready to feel better in this new season of life? If so, I will be right here each Tuesday and Friday to help you along. If you're ready for breakthrough action and restoration, it's time to treasure your wellness. Okay, so the top 3 things that every woman in midlife needs to be doing every single day for energy, hormone balancing, and mental clarity. Number 1, protein at every meal. We really need to be more mindful of getting adequate protein as we age. We have to be a little more intentional about how we eat and what we're eating, because this will help balance our hormones and this will help us as we are aging. We want to age gracefully, right? We want to age and live an optimal, healthy life. And so we need to understand how important getting enough protein is and how it helps us. Protein helps support our brain, our organs, our tissues, our cells, and muscle growth. Of course, we normally think about it helping our muscle growth, but it also helps to stabilize our blood sugars. And there are essential amino acids in protein, which also in turn helps to support our immune function. It also supports our thyroid health and our gut. So it's really, truly an essential macronutrient for our overall health. And especially, I will say, especially if you are struggling with thyroid imbalance or even Hashimoto's. I know for me, when I have skimped on my protein, it really affects my blood sugars. It really affects how I feel, how my energy is. And it really kind of makes my hypothyroid and my Hashimoto's worse, makes it so much worse. Now, being that I have always struggled with low blood sugar, once I realized how important protein was, I have been very mindful of making sure I get enough. And just by doing that, because in turn, by getting more protein, that meant I was not skipping meals anymore. But just by doing that, it greatly helped my blood sugars. It helped my energy. And I just felt so much better by doing that. So it's really, really important. And then as time went on and I developed Hashimoto's, like it really is crucial that I am getting enough protein. Now, I'm not sitting here counting all my macros. I don't do that. I do not count macros and I do not count calories. I just try to make sure that I am eating a well-rounded, nutrient-dense meal. And so I encourage you to consider how you are eating. What is your protein intake like? And here's the thing, guys, don't be afraid of animal protein. There is such a big push on plant-based protein, and I have to wonder why. Why is there such a big push on plant-based? Well, I have my theories, and I'm totally going to spare you of my theories today, but it is really important to have a balance of animal protein and plant-based than leaning all one way or the other. I mean, it really is important what kind and, what quality of animal protein you're getting. You don't want to get the cheapest cuts of meat, right? You do want to get good, clean, quality animal protein that's healthy for you. So you want to look for grass-fed and finished and free-range animal protein options. And really, a rule of thumb is aiming for roughly 20 to 25 grams of protein each meal. So let me just break that down a little bit. One egg is roughly 5 grams of protein. Okay, so if you just have a hard-boiled egg, you're only getting 5 grams of protein. It's a great start if you have normally been skipping breakfast to start with just a hard-boiled egg and just those 5 grams of protein. But bear in mind, you want to work your way up to more of that 20 to 25 grams of protein at each meal, because you need more than 5 grams of protein per meal. You just do. So pasture-raised chicken sausage or turkey bacon or pork bacon that's been pasture-raised, you can have protein shakes and maybe do a double scoop of a protein shake or a scoop of protein powder and a scoop of collagen powder mixed together. And I'll touch on some options that you can have in a little bit. But bear in mind that all of this is dependent on how active you are and how your lifestyle is. So if you are more active and you are maybe trying to build muscle, then you may need to increase your protein intake based on your lifestyle and your fitness goals. And some functional medicine professionals advise around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight if you are trying to build muscle. But if you are just trying to stay healthy and protect your body as you age, it would be safe to aim for about half of your body weight in grams of protein, according to the experts. But here's another beautiful bonus about protein. It helps you to feel more satiated and satisfied, which thereby helps with your cravings and it helps you with your appetite control. So don't skip this very important macronutrient. And you probably already can look back on a time where you were feeling pretty crappy and you ate some protein and you got a little bit of energy. So it is super important. But I hear you. You're like, I don't have time to cook breakfast. I don't have a lot of time in the morning. So here are some good protein powder sources. Quick, on the go, blend it up real quick and get out the door. So you've got your collagen protein powder. You've got bone broth. You've got your whey protein powder, your casein protein powder, your mixed plant proteins, which is usually kind of a blend between like seeds and grains. And you've got your rice or your pea protein. You've got your egg or your hemp protein. So you do have some options there. And then as far as your whole food animal-based options, you've got that free-range turkey and chicken, those eggs, grass-fed beef, your wild-caught fish, like tuna or salmon. You've got some dairy options like yogurt, kefir, and cottage cheese. And if you're able to tolerate it, organic whole milk and ideally raw, which is kind of hard to come by because a lot of states don't allow it to be sold, but you've got that as an option. And then if you are wanting some plant-based options, you've got those nuts and seeds and beans and legumes and whole grains. You've got the hemp seeds, your almonds, your chickpeas, your chia seeds, quinoa, your organic tempeh, your oats, your black beans. You've got some good plant-based options. So yeah, definitely making sure you are getting enough protein in is so important. But guys, also remember that variety and balance is vital. So you want to try to ideally have a protein source with each meal, along with some vegetables, maybe some fiber-rich foods, and some healthy fats like your olive oil, your avocado, your nuts, and your seeds. So I just want you to ask yourself, like, how much protein are you really getting in every day? What are your main sources of protein? And then number 2, stay hydrated. We are dehydrated from sleeping all night. Water gives you more energy. It gives you more mental clarity. It benefits the whole body. It benefits your brain. It rehydrates your cells, which in turn gives life to your whole body. And so, you know my water rule, water before coffee every single day. And really, you do want water first thing in the morning. You want to reach for water within a few minutes of waking up and aim for 10 ounces of water first thing in the morning, but work your way towards a goal of 20 ounces a day first thing in the morning. You want to work your way up to this, especially if you're not a water lover, especially if you are used to the habit of reaching for that coffee first thing in the morning to kind of help you wake up. It's going to take time, but you can do it just every day, consistent progress. And roughly you want to drink about half your body weight in ounces in water and try to drink every hour. Set a timer on your phone or your computer, especially if you are working at a desk and you just get kind of in the zone. So many of my clients have said that they keep their water bottle right there next to them, but they just don't see it or they don't think about it. And so set a timer that will help you to drink every hour and take 10 good gulps of water every time you do that, because if you are one that struggles with getting it in throughout the day, that's a great easy way for you to get it in without trying to cram it all in at the end of the day, and then you're up all night using the bathroom. That is no fun. And yes, you can add some fresh fruit or herbs to help with the flavor of water, lemons, orange slices, berries, mint, basil, rosemary. I mean, you can put anything in there to help with the flavor. Just try really hard to avoid those artificial sweeteners. They are not helpful to your body. They are just what that term says. They're artificial, so your body will not recognize it like it would a natural sweetener. So if you are looking for those flavored water add-ins, then look for stevia or monk fruit, because that's going to give you what you're looking for without those artificial sweeteners, and your body will respond well to that. But basically, I'm challenging you to discipline yourself to drink water every day and notice how much better you feel. And then number 3, don't skip meals. Okay, let me give you my car analogy. You cannot expect to drive your car very far on fumes, right? So why do you allow your body to function without the proper fuel? You need fuel. And I know that intermittent fasting is very popular, but it may not be the right thing for you. See, as we age, we need to be fueling our bodies regularly and not taxing them with long periods of fasting. Now, this is completely separate from spiritual fasting, of course. But if you are trying to intermittent fast for weight loss or to gain energy, it might not be benefiting you in the way that you are hoping it will be. So just be mindful of that, be aware of that. And I do challenge you to eat breakfast before reaching for your coffee. This is another thing that you might be like, no, I'm not doing that, Michelle, because I need my coffee. You're already asking me to drink water before my coffee. Like, stop pushing it. I understand. But I will say that as we age, when we drink that coffee, even if you've already had your 20 ounces of water, if you then reach for your coffee without having any fuel, any protein in your body, what it can do is it can spike the cortisol, which is already at its highest in the morning, which is good. It's supposed to be higher in the morning. That's a good thing. But if you or I add that caffeine first thing without having protein or that healthy meal in our stomachs, then it can spike our cortisol And that's not helping our hormones, right? Because if we send our cortisol into a spike, then it's in turn going to throw our hormones off. So if you are already struggling with wacky hormones, like I am, it is not a good thing to drink coffee on an empty stomach. So that's just a side challenge for you. Eat breakfast before reaching for your coffee. And again, if you are struggling with eating breakfast, add a scoop of collagen protein powder to your coffee and see how you do with that and work your way up. And hey, I'll even throw you a bone. Have a hard-boiled egg with your collagen in your coffee and just eat that at the same time. Have that all together. And that's going to give you a little bit more protein. And then you can work your way towards back to number one tip. Aim for 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal, and that's including breakfast. So again, this is a journey. It's not a sprint. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and master all of these 3 things. I mean, it takes time and it takes intentionality, but stay the course and keep going, keep striving, and keep challenging yourself, and you will get there. So just to recap, protein at every meal, stay hydrated, and don't skip meals, with the added challenge of eating breakfast before reaching for your coffee. So friends, basically I want you to get the foundations down for a healthy lifestyle that just becomes part of your day, part of your life, where you don't even have to think about it. Nothing that's going to be overwhelming, nothing that's going to be too much pressure, not counting calories, not counting macros, but just really just getting into a healthy routine that your body's responding to, and you're feeling really good and you're having energy and your body is responding to the steps that you are taking. What would happen if you took intentional action in doing these 3 things for 30 days? Just keep it simple. We don't need to overcomplicate health and nutrition, but we do need to take intentional action every single day. So let me know if you did these 3 things for 30 days and how you felt. You can email me at Michelle@TreasuredWellness. And don't forget, go to my website for that free resource, my Foggy and Fatigued Blueprint, to help you regain your energy naturally while supporting your body. And it can also help you stay the course during your 30 days of intentional action using these 3 things every single day. And if you want more detailed help in your specific health needs, you can reach out to me for an unstuck session. The links are in the show notes, and you can also reach out to me on my website. You definitely have some options because we could do a complete food and lifestyle review and just really see where you may need to make some changes. So links are in the show notes. And listen, if coaching isn't right for you now, don't worry about that. Just be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you can listen every week. And if you would be so kind, just take a few minutes to leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. That helps me to know that you are finding value in the show, and it blesses me so much to read each and every one. And I just want to close in prayer with a beautiful, quick, short prayer in 3 John 2. It says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. In Jesus' name, amen." All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. I hope today's episode blessed you, and I pray that it challenged you, but also encouraged you in some way. If it did, just take a few seconds to share it with somebody else. And again, if you take a few seconds to leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, I would appreciate that so much. And hey, head on over to my free Facebook community. The link will be in the show notes, and I would love to see you there. Okay, keep showing up consistently for yourself and for God, and allow Him to work in you and through you. And remember, you are a beautiful treasure. I'll see you Friday.